everybody! Today I am going to show you the first of many videos to do with expressive arts. We'll be doing lots of creating different things, there might be some drama involved, some music and lots of art as well, and we're going to do some art today. And what I thought we would do, I was having a think about, we're not in school, we don't have all the materials that we're so lucky to have in school. So I started to have a look around what I had, and I started to have a wee think, and I did have to go and get a few bits and bobs because you'll probably have more than what I've got. Number one example would be paint. I don't have any paint in my house. So what I'm going to show you, because I assume that maybe not everybody has paint in their house, I'm going to show you a way to make your own paint using just a few different materials. So what we need for this is you need a mixing bowl, you need some flour, you need some water, some salt, you need something to measure a cup's worth. You also need some food colouring of your choice. I have chosen some blue, some yellow, some green and some red. I want to make a variety of different stuff, and then I'm going to keep it so that when we come to do lots of different art activities, I'm going to have paint ready made for us, which is going to be great because I don't have any paint at all in the house. So let's get started then on how we do this. I have never done this before, so I am learning just like you, and it's very exciting. I love to learn different creative things that you can do at home. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix together, before we even come to the colours, we're going to mix together our flour. So we're going to mix 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of salt and 1 cup of water into our mixing bowl. So let me just do that right now. This is the fun messy part. So I've got my cup of flour, I'm going to put it into my bowl. And then I need 1 cup, so same measuring, 1 cup of salt. This is the point when I'm glad that it's not something I'm going to be eating, because that's a lot of salt. 1 cup of salt going in with the flour, and then 1 cup of water, all going in. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take a wooden spoon or a spoon of some sort. That's Ziggy in, just keeping us nice and company. Okay, so I'm going to mix that in. Alright, so when you're happy that you've got it nice and smooth, then what you're going to need is you're going to need some kind of containers. They say to use some bottles. I actually just kind of bought some of these. You can use whatever you want to put them in. And then what you're going to do is you're going to evenly put in the mixture into the different parts of the pots. So they say to use a funnel. I'm going to use a spoon because I don't have a funnel, but that's all right. Makes a little bit of mess, but I'm sure that I can get that nice and tidied up. So I'm going to put in 3 spoonfuls, I think, into each was probably going to be enough. For now, and then I can have a wee look and see what I want, if I want to add in a wee bit more afterwards. There's Ziggy in helping us once again. Pretty gross, huh? Want to eat it? No? Then go away. Ziggy loves arts and crafts. She does. She might not seem as though she's super thrilled, but she is, I'm sure. I am so excited about all the different things. If this works, and it should work, then all the different things that I can paint using this. Okay, so I put 3 spoonfuls into each of my tubs. And I'm just going to move the rest of it out the way over here for now. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do then is you're then going to add in your food colouring to make it the colour that you want to make it. So I'm going to start off with blue, and you can put in as much or as little as this. It all depends on what kind of colour you want to make it. And I also am going to use a paintbrush to mix it around. What they do suggest is that you, hold on, is that you get a bottle that you can shake, you put the food colouring in it and you shake it. I'm going to try by stirring and mixing mine up that way. I do have something that I can use for shaking it, but I want to just give it a wee try just to see that it works the other way too. Don't see why it wouldn't. So I'm going to add in just a little bit of food colouring because I want it to be blue, but I don't want it to be too runny. So I'm just putting in just a little bit. And I'm going to mix. You see it's turning into a nice blue? Yeah, that's a pretty good blue. I like that one. But I think I'd like it to be a wee bit darker, so I'm going to add in a little bit more. Mix. Alrighty, so there is my blue paint. I'm then going to, helps if I use the right lid, I'm then going to put my lid on top so that I can keep that nice and safe, mostly to get it away from Ziggy. But that is now blue, ready to go. So the next one I'm going to do then is I'm going to do my green. So I'm going to carefully take this off and make sure that if you're going to try this at home to make your own paint, then ask someone to help you, okay? Ask mum and dad or whoever's at home, older brother and sister. It is a fun task to do to make your own paint, so it'd be more fun to do it with others, but also just make sure you're asking permission. Don't just go and start taking old stuff out of your cupboards. I don't want to get into trouble. So make sure that you're asking permission before you do that. So I'm just going to again just add in, I'm going to use my green. Ooh, this is a very bright green colour. It's a bit of a interesting green colour. Can you see that? It's kind of weird. I'm going to make it a wee bit darker though, if I can. And it's your paint to make in any way that you want to make it. Make it as light or as dark as you want. You can have different colours of green, different colours of blue. It doesn't need to all be just one colour of green or blue. You can make lots of different ones if you've got lots of different ones. So there's my green. It's a bit of a fun green, but hey ho, in times of need when you need paint. And then I'll just do one more and I'll do the yellow. Slightly interested to see if my yellow turns out a little bit like my green, because I was worried that that's what my green was going to look like. So we'll do the yellow one and then I'll do my red one later. So I'm pouring it in. Looks quite orangey. And mixing it up. Oh, I like this colour. They look kind of radioactive colours actually. And there's my yellow. So that's me now got my blue and my green and my yellow paint ready to do lots of exciting and fun activities. Lots of different painting, and the great thing about this stuff is that you can make more of it. All you need is flour, salt, water and food colouring, and you can make as much of it as you want to make. So if you run out, then there's no need to run to the shops and buy some expensive paint, because you can make your own. If you do have your own paint at home already, that's fine too. Use that paint, but this is a fun wee extra task that you could do if you wanted. But if not, then you can use that paint instead. So I will be posting some more creative videos over the next kind of couple of weeks. Like I said, using lots of different materials, not just painting, but also using pens, crayons. We'll be building things, might even use different materials around the house and see what we can make. So I hope that you enjoyed this very first one. I apologise that Ziggy got in the way of most of that, and I look forward to doing our first creative piece of art tomorrow with some of our homemade paint. Thank you and have a wonderful night.